All right. So welcome back to Spoken English class, everyone. I'm your host and trainer Vishal Words, and we're here today with another interesting topic from your life, from your surroundings and environment, which is tricky questions of job interviews. Everyone at some point of time in our life has to come across these questions, and if you're not well prepared, you might find that your answer was actually against you only. It happens. We learn from our experiences. All right, but I don't want you guys to face any bad experience, so I want you guys to prepare yourself best. And so I thought of chatting with you guys today. Since it's a spoken English class, we are here to have a chat and speak some English, listen to some English. So I'm trying my best to find the immediate surroundings topic so that we can have a good chat, good sharing of our opinion on certain topics without hurting the sentiment of anybody. Okay, so I thought of bringing this because I think it's going to be helpful for everyone since I'm a little experienced. I've faced many interviews, so I think I can also share my opinion, my experiences, and I've also read a lot of articles and a lot of answers of such questions. So I have the specimens of some questions as well. So, Sat Sri Akal, Jayanti ji, Santosh Gupta ji, hello dear. Karan Singh ji, your wait is over now. Hello dear. संतोष कुमार मंडल जी आई एम एब्सोल्युटली फाइन नाउ अब मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ जी ओके तो आज करेंगे कुछ ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस जो जॉब इंटरव्यूज में आपको ट्रबल में डाल सकते हैं ठीक है तो चलिए आप ये देख सकते हैं दिस इज द ओवरव्यू व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू discuss today with me. We have these five the most important and trickiest questions ever asked in the interviews. There are lots more questions that you can practice, and but please do not just believe or accept any answer. Be critical. Use your critical thinking. Use your brains to find out whether it is actually suitable for that particular job interview or not, because sometimes you have this specimen of answers on Google, but they are not fit for you for any particular or for the post that you are appearing for. So be very critical and use your brains to analyze and find out whether this answer suits better, fits better for that particular post or not, because people have just posted their answers, but you have to use your brains. ठीक है तो गूगल पर आंसर्स आप पढ़ सकते हैं, लेकिन थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिएगा कि वो आपकी जो जॉब इंटरव्यू है पर्टिकुलर पोजीशंस के लिए, उस तरह का आंसर उस पोजीशंस के लिए ठीक है या नहीं है, ये थोड़ा सा आपको क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग करना चाहिए। और कैसे करेंगे ये हम आपको बता देंगे। Okay, it's raining. Even in Delhi, I can see that the sun is not shining that bright it usually does. So we can also expect some downpour, I guess. Thank you very much, Kumar Thakurji. You can also develop this speaking style if you practice and listen to the native speakers. I would suggest everyone to listen to the native speakers for some time. Listen to some English songs, or listen to watch some English videos, and listen to some good speakers around. Okay, so these are the top 5 questions that I thought of discussing in this light hearted, light content class of spoken English, where we try to keep the content very relevant and related to your surroundings, especially the immediate surroundings. So question number 1 is, why should we hire you? Suppose you're sitting in an interview and the interviewer throws this question to you that, why should I hire you? There are other candidates waiting outside. And what's most important thing that you have, I should hire you? So it is sometimes very tricky. Sometimes the interviewer, the person who's giving the interview, does not figure out how to answer and what to say. Whereas, in my opinion, I would suggest you one thing, that only the questions are tricky. You don't have to dig very deep. You don't have to dig very deep to find the answers of these questions, because these are only tricky questions. The answers are simple. Okay, so do not expect any unexpected thing. There would be very simple lines that I would suggest you to answer these questions, because these questions are only tricky, not the answers. Second is, what's your weakness? So sometimes people straight away say that, I'm an angry man. हम तो भाई अमिताभ बच्चन है, एंग्री मैन है, गुस्सा आ जाता है. तो जो इंटरव्यूअर होता है वो कहता है, भाई ठीक है, तुझे तो जॉब पे नहीं रखना, तू यहाँ पर एक दो को मुंह फोड़ देगा किसी के, तो तुझे तो नौकरी पे रख के रिस्क नहीं ले सकते. सो समटाइम वी हैव टू बी वेरी क्रिएटिव in presenting our weaknesses. Yes, and I've heard some interviewers that, people who give interviews, they sometimes say, I don't have any weakness. Okay, so that is also not the good answers. We'll also discuss this question in more details. Third question that I'm going to have today is, why do you want to leave your current job? भाई क्यों छोड़ना चाहते हो? करंट जॉब में क्या दिक्कत है? ठीक है, so you don't have to lie. On this question particularly, I would say you don't have to lie. Never lie in your interview, because I guess the interviewer does have some psychological knowledge, and he can read your body language, and he can realize that you are lying on this particular point of time. So I wouldn't suggest you to ever lie in your life. Does not matter whether it's professional or personal. I wouldn't recommend lying, because lying actually is a trap. You get into a trap if you once lied, because in order to keep that lie, you have to lie more. Right? तो एक झूठ आपने बोला, अब उस झूठ को बनाए रखने के लिए आपको बहुत सारे झूठ बोलने पड़ सकते हैं. That's what I was saying. Okay, so don't lie, but be diplomatic. It's a very good catchy line. Okay, don't lie, but be diplomatic. झूठ मत बोलो, लेकिन diplomatic बनो. Now, what do you understand by diplomatic? Diplomatic means you don't have to tell them the real truth or everything about yourself. Okay, so when it comes to weaknesses or why you left your current job, so give them true reasons. Okay, I'll share the answers as well and my opinion as well on this question particular. Question number 4 that we have is, tell me about the time you made a mistake. वो टाइम जब आपने कभी लाइफ में कुछ गलती की हो. Now on this particular question, what I have realized that people start sharing the big story of their lives. उसमें मर्डर वर्डर भी कर देंगे किसी का, या किसी को मारपीट कर देंगे, या कहेंगे कुछ ऐसा. No, you don't have to do that. As I said, you have to be diplomatic. Do not lie, but at least do not share anything from your life which goes against your position. Okay, so here we come on our first question. Why should we hire you? हाँ जी, इसीलिए जो है मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ आज ये डिस्कस करने की. अमृता सिंह जी, गुड इवनिंग. अजय, गुड इवनिंग डियर. देवांशु जी, राम राम. चलिए जी, तो पहला क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं, व्हाई शुड वी हायर यू. ठीक है, सो इफ यू हैव लिटिल और नो वर्क एक्सपीरियंस. मैंने यही वाला आंसर क्यों पिक करा, बिकॉज अगर आपको वर्क एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है या बहुत कम है, तो ये आंसर आपका बिल्कुल फिट बैठता है. देखिए सिचुएशन यहाँ पर दिया. आई लाइक दिस पोस्ट बिकॉज मैंने यहाँ पर सिचुएशन मेंशन देखा कि या तो आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं है, या यू हैव लिटिल एक्सपीरियंस. लिटिल एक्सपीरियंस इज ऑल्सो ऑलमोस्ट नो एक्सपीरियंस. देन दिस इज द very very decent answer that I found. So why should we hire you? The answer goes like this. I have a strong work ethics. I am a fast learner and I'm very enthusiastic about this company and the job. So you see, the answer of why should we hire you is not about comparing yourself with other candidates. It's about just describing your qualities, your skills, and then concentrating on the company and the job. Okay? आगे पढ़ लेते हैं. I believe that my motivation and commitment will ensure that I quickly become a productive and valued member of your team. A simple, straight answer है ना कि भाई मुझे लगता है कि मेरा मोटिवेशन और जो कमिटमेंट होगा, जो मेहनत मैं करूंगा, वो बहुत जल्दी मुझे एक प्रोडक्टिव और वैल्यूड मेंबर बना देगी आपकी टीम का. सो आई डोंट केयर अबाउट अदर कैंडिडेट्स. ऑलराइट, see why this question becomes tricky, because we start comparing ourselves with other candidates, which we do not have to do that. The HR or the interviewer doesn't want you to compare yourself. They just want to hear your skills, your quality, and how you can add values to their company. ठीक है, आप उनकी कंपनी में कैसे वैल्यूज ऐड कर सकते हैं, वो सिर्फ ये जानना चाहते हैं. So this answer fits the most. Most of the time, this is the answer that I would recommend you guys to prepare. Okay, start from your quality that I have a strong work ethics. I'm a fast learner. I'm very enthusiastic about this company and the job. I like the profile that I'm appearing for, and I believe my motivation and commitment will ensure that I quickly become a productive and valued member of your team. So giving the future hope. Now, sometimes these questions can be very particular about some post. So as I said before, read, listen, but analyze in and have a critical thinking, and sit and think your answer for some particular job or position that you're applying. Okay, do not just copy and paste, do not imitate, do not prefer the rote memorization. ये तीन चीजें खतरनाक हो सकती हैं कि आप बिल्कुल कॉपी पेस्ट कर लेते हैं, इमिटेट करते हैं मतलब दूसरे की नकल करते हैं, या फिर आप रोट मेमोराइजेशन करते हैं, यानी कि आप इन लाइंस को रट कर जा रहे हैं. I wouldn't recommend you guys to do that. You don't have to do that. Okay, just read lots of answers and concentrate on your job profile and the work that you have to do, and then prepare your answer. All right. So why should we hire you? In my opinion, include these three things, which is knowing yourself, means categorizing your skills. That's what I said. You have to start your answer from your skills. Be particular. They don't want to hear any stories from you. They just want to hear the skills that are fit for their work. Second thing, knowing the job, what you can do or cannot do. As we have seen in the answer as well, you just have to show your interest in the particular profile or position that you're applying for, that you have the knowledge of the work. Even if you do not have any experience, show the interviewer that you have read and heard and talked to so many people about the profile and job, and you're so interested in that profile that you're doing your own research as well. And then knowing the company is very important. So these are three things that you need, and you can see the sign here, the cross sign here, which says you want to show that you are here. So you need to include these three things. So I think you got the idea now. And on these 3 points only, I framed this answer. I started from the skills, and then I show them that I know the job, okay? And in the end, I show them that I can be the committed member. So I know the company, I know the job, and I know myself. So these 3 points are very important. Okay, let's move on to strengths and weaknesses for job interviews. I have a kind of little disagreement when it comes to the weaknesses mentioned here on this post. I've collected this from many people. I asked many people. So the strengths that I got are leadership skills. Very good. You can always mention that you have a very good leadership skills. Plus, but I would request you or recommend you to be ready. Okay, to be ready with the example, the real example from your real life. When you say that I have leadership skills, then you must share the story that when you did something that proved that you have the leadership skills. Do not just say for the sake of saying. Do not say anything in your job interviews just for the sake of saying something. Okay, if I'm saying that I have leadership skills, then I have to prove them with the real story. Second is problem solving. Again, if you think that you have the problem solving skills, it means you are a very good decision maker. It means you can take the decision quickly and during the difficult times. And organization requires such people who are problem solving, who can take decisions quickly for the problem that come across without having maybe any prior experience of such problems. And it should prove sound, it should prove worth agreeing with your solution. And then the growth has no limit, guys, if you are a problem solving man. Third thing is communication, which is a very common skill. Most of the people have these skills, but communication is one of the most important skills that organization needs, because if you're not able to communicate your things, your thoughts, uh, it doesn't matter how good leader you are, or how good problem solving person you are. If you're not able to communicate, है ना, अगर आप अपनी बात ही नहीं समझा पा रहे हैं तो फिर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि आप कितने अच्छे लीडर हैं. ठीक है. The fourth one is analytical skills. You can show them that you have the analytical skills. Means you can, if you are given with the data, you can analyze the data and then you can find out the perfect solution. Okay. Fifth is determination, that you really enjoy what you do and you're determined to your work. Remember the pronunciation of the word determine. उस वर्ड को काफी लोग डिटरमाइन बोलते हैं क्योंकि उसका प्रोनाउंसिएशन जो है स्पेलिंग से मैच नहीं होता. एक्चुअली स्पेलिंग होती है DETERMINE, लास्ट में MINE लिखा होता है, तो इसको लोग ना डिटरमाइन पढ़ते हैं. डिटर्मिनेशन का एडजेक्टिव होता है डिटरमिन्ड, तो उसको भी लोग डिटरमाइंड पढ़ते हैं, बोलते हैं डिटरमाइंड, बट इट्स नॉट डिटरमाइंड, इट्स डिटरमिन्ड. तो डिटरमिन होता है, भले ही स्पेलिंग में MINE हारा हो, प्लस प्लीज माइंड द प्रोनाउंसिएशन, इट्स नॉट डिटरमाइन, इट्स डिटरमिन. ऑलराइट. The sixth quality, the sixth strength that you can share in your interviews is creativity. Now you have to tell them, you have to prove the creativity. If you say that my strength is that I'm a creative person, then you have to tell them how you're creative. So I've just picked these strengths from different positions. So please, as I say, analyze before putting in any particular skills, and do not ever lie. First, have a check on yourself, that you really know yourself and you really know that what qualities you have. Only mention those qualities with story, with the proof that you have done this particular thing in your past life. Seventh one is enthusiasm, that you're very enthusiastic, you're very energetic. Okay, it shows that you can be present anytime for the work. Okay, so be very careful when you say enthusiasm. Eighth one is organized. So if you're really organized, so you must be folding your bed sheet when you get up in the morning. अगर आप सच में एक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड व्यक्ति हैं, तो आप कुछ उन लोगों में से हैं जो सुबह उठकर अपनी बेडशीट को अच्छे से, they make their bed sheet and they fold their बेडशीट, जो शीट आपने ओढ़ने के लिए यूज की होती है, और उसको आप फोल्ड करके प्रॉपर रखते हैं, आपका सामान एवरीथिंग इज इन ऑर्डर ओके अराउंड यू. सो इट्स कॉल्ड एप्पल पाई ऑर्डर. एक फ्रेज मैंने इंग्लिश में शायद आपसे डिस्कस किया होगा. जब सब कुछ साफ सुथरा होता है ना, सारा सामान अच्छे से रखा होता है, बिल्कुल आसपास गंदगी नहीं होती, ऐसे लोग ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होते हैं जिनको पता होता है कि माय बूट्स आर in the lower drawer of the almirah, and my suits are in the hangers, and my shirts must be folded there down the slab of the almirah. So वो ऑर्गेनाइज्ड लोग होते हैं. एंड एक फ्रेज है इंग्लिश में जिसको बोलते हैं एप्पल पाई ऑर्डर. सो इफ यू आर one of those people who keep things in an apple pie order, then only say that you are organized. Teamwork, very important. Teamwork से मुझे एक इसका शॉर्ट फॉर्म हमने बनाया है, मैं बता देता हूँ आपको. अगर आप टीम वर्क अच्छा करते हैं, if you think that teamwork is your strength, it means you can mix up with people of different religion, of people speaking different languages, of people from different backgrounds. Then you must say that you are a good teamwork. So team word हमने उसको थोड़ा सा ब्रेक करा कि इसकी फुल फॉर्म बना लें. तो together we achieve more. T for together, E for we, A for achieve, and M for more. So together we achieve more. Obviously, work done by one person in 1 hour can be done by in half an hour just by two. Okay, so just by adding one person, you can reduce the amount of time the work is taking. So obviously, teamwork is always helpful, and organizations are looking for the people who love teamwork. The 10th one is positive. It means you have a positive mindset. You do not let the negative thoughts inside your mind. So these are some strengths that I got from people. And then when it comes to weaknesses, people told me this: too much detail focused means meticulous. Now when it comes to weaknesses, I think weaknesses are actually very it's a matter of choice, and it's a matter of the post and the position that you're applying for. You have to be very careful when you say your weaknesses, because if you are a doctor and you are applying for a surgery for a surgeon post, and if you say too much detail focus is my weakness, then you are at the wrong spot, buddy. Why? Because we need the doctors who have the too much detail focused. So that becomes a strength for the doctor. Okay, we need doctors who are very detailed focused, so they do not leave the seizures inside the stomach or something like that. The news that we have heard that doctor has left the seizures in the stomach while operating it. So we actually need the doctors who are too much detail focused. So be very careful in choosing the weakness, considering your post and positions. Hello Nandini ji. All right. Hello everyone. चलिए तो concentrate करेंगे. Most of the time, the weaknesses that I shared in interviews was that my handwriting is not that good. So I'm still trying to improve my handwriting. So that's how you should go light. As I mentioned earlier, only the questions are tricky. You don't have to give them tricky answers, or you don't have to dig very deep to find the answers of these questions. So please be very careful when choosing the weaknesses. Next is multitasking too much. Sometimes there could be some position that requires the multitasking, so do not say this weakness at that point of time. So be smart. As I said, do not copy and paste, do not imitate, and do not do rote memorization. Just observe and then interpret in your mind, okay? And then construct the final version of yourself. That's what you should do. Third is lack of experience. You can say lack of experience, you can say lack of confidence. I don't think so you should ever say lack of confidence, but people have given me these options, so I put them here. Procrastination, very very important word from the English point of view. अगर English point of view से देखें तो procrastination एक बहुत ही important word है. Procrastination का मतलब होता है चीजों को जानबूझकर टालना कि कल कर लेंगे, परसों कर लेंगे. So I don't think so that's a very good weakness to mention in front of the interviewer. You may lose the position. So never say procrastinations. है ना, मैंने सिर्फ लोगों के कहने पर यहाँ मेंशन किया है so that I can have a chat with you guys. आपके साथ बात कर सकूं कुछ, इसीलिए बस ये लिखा है. But I don't think so procrastination कभी भी बोलना चाहिए. रेवा वाले जय हिंद. ओके ठीक है जी, रेवा वाले जय हिंद मान लेते हैं आपकी बात. इतनी बार क्यों लिख रहे हो बच्चा? ठीक है. डिसऑर्गेनाइज्ड भी बोला कई लोगों ने, कन्वेंशनल भी बोला. कन्वेंशनल इज समहाउ फाइन, चलिए ठीक है, आप पुराने रिवाजों को मानते हैं. सेल्फ सेंसिटिव, यू कैन से सेल्फ सेंसिटिव. सेल्फ सेंसिटिव मीन्स मतलब मैं बहुत ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव हूँ अपने आप को लेकर, बट दैट टू डजंट फिट. वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा आपको फिर एरोगेंस बताएगा. Self criticism, no, I don't think so. You should ever say that you are self criticizer, because no, organization needs positive people. Impatient, no, you cannot say impatient, because some jobs requires patience a lot. So be very wise in choosing the weaknesses. One of the best that I used is that, I'm still improving my handwriting. I'm still learning how to tolerate the people who jump red lights. You know, these are some weaknesses, and these are positive weaknesses. They show that your attitude towards the weakness is positive, and they such answers save you from the arrogance of being having no weaknesses at all. है ना, ऐसे आंसर्स आपको उस एरोगेंस से भी बचा लेते हैं कि हमारे अंदर तो कोई वीकनेस ही नहीं है. ठीक है. All right. So the next question is, if you're happy with your current job, why do you want to leave? भैया क्यों छोड़ना चाह रहे हो जब करंट जॉब में सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है? So after researching, I think I found these answers. Let's read them. So it says, I like the work I'm doing and I like everyone on my team, but I have a strong desire to learn other aspects. I can't learn in my current post. That's the best answer. Do not ever criticize your previous employer, please. It's my humble request. Do not say any negative things about your current job or about your current employer or the previous employer. Always start with the positive statements that you have learned a lot from your organization, but there are new things that you want to explore and you do not have the opportunity in your current job, on your current position, or in your current company to explore those options. That's why you have decided to switch over to another position. Best answer. Next is, I've been in my current position for 4 years and I want to gain experiences in other areas. Same answer. Repeat maar diya. I love my job, but I want to grow more as a professional. So that's how you start answering this question. As I told you, only the questions are tricky, not the answers. Sirf question tricky hote hain, answers nahi. Third point. I love to learn new things, and after several years in my current position, I realized I was doing the same thing over and over again most of the time. So the only reason I want to leave my current job is to broaden my knowledge by gaining other experiences. So that's all. The three answers are almost same, written in different words. है ना कि भाई मैं जो करता हूँ, मुझे नई चीज़ें सीखना बहुत पसंद है, लेकिन काफ़ी सालों बाद मैंने अपनी करंट पोजीशन में देखा कि मैं सेम चीज़ काफ़ी सालों से कर रहा हूँ, तो यही एक रीज़न है कि मैं अपनी करंट जॉब छोड़ रहा हूँ और आई वांट टू ब्रॉडन माय नॉलेज बाय गेनिंग अदर एक्सपीरियंसेस. तो मैं और एक्सपीरियंस गेन करना चाहता हूँ. दैट्स द रीज़न व्हाई आई एम लीविंग माय करंट पोजीशन. सो दैट्स हाउ यू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाई यू आर लीविंग योर करंट जॉब. ओके. Oh gosh, tell me about a time when you made a mistake. Oops, that could be a tricky one. So please, guys, you don't have to share the big story of your life when you actually made a very big mistake. No, just share any small mistake. As I can say, I scolded my son when he was not listening to me to switch off the television. So I think that's a big mistake I made, because we shouldn't hit children for such petty mistakes that they are doing, because as an adult we make lot of mistakes in our life. But so just a small one. I hope you got my idea. You just have to share the small mistakes. Do not share the biggest one. As I say, do not tell a lie, but do not speak the truth as well. So where you have to be in between the lie and truth. Be diplomatic. Never lie. That's the truth. You should never tell a lie. But you can hide the big mistakes that you have made in your life, especially if those mistakes have affected your job positions or your job profile. Yes, you can mention some mistakes that have gained the improvement in you. आप अपनी जॉब पोजीशन से रिलेटेड मिस्टेक्स शेयर कर सकते हैं अगर वो मिस्टेक्स पॉजिटिव हैं और उन मिस्टेक्स से आपको कुछ सीखने को मिला, बट दैट शुड नॉट हर्ट द सिलेक्शन ऑफ योर पोस्ट. आपकी पोस्ट का सिलेक्शन उससे हर्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. ठीक है. So what do you do with that empty spot on your resume? All right, that could be the cases with some people that they haven't been working for some time and then they apply for the job, so there is a gap, there's an empty spot on your resume. Guys, please fill that gap with the genuine reason that you were having. Okay, do not tell a lie on this particular point. So here are some things that may happen with people that I've shared here. So I'm reading them. Please pay attention. If you were at home with small children or taking care of your elderly parents, maybe ऐसा हो सकता है भाई आपको बच्चे की वजह से जो है गैप लेना पड़ा जॉब में. वुमेन के साथ ऐसा हो जाता है, या एल्डरली पेरेंट्स की वजह से लेना पड़ा. ठीक है. और what you can do best is, do not mention in your resume. Just address that gap in your cover letter and try to explain it. है ना. रिज्यूमे के साथ आप एक कवर लेटर भी लिख सकते हैं और उसमें आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं दैट व्हाई देयर इज एन एम्प्टी स्पॉट. और ये पढ़ लेते हैं. इफ यू स्पेंड दैट टाइम डूइंग एनीथिंग दैट कैन बी रिलेटेड टू वर्क एक्सपीरियंस और स्किल्स, एब्सोल्युटली पुट दैट इन देयर. हाँ, ऐसा हो सकता है ना कि आप कुछ ऐसा हो सकता है आप अपना काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, ठीक है, या आप कुछ पढ़ाई कर रहे थे ऐसी जो आपके एक्सपीरियंस को बढ़ाए. So you can say, I took the education break so that I can improve my skills, I can improve my experience. So I took that break so that I can be more experienced, I can have more knowledge to handle the situations for this particular job profile. That's how you can answer this question. Well, that's it for today. I guess we're able to discuss some good questions today here, and they will definitely help you in realizing that you may have to face such questions and then figuring out how to answer them. So whatever I have suggested here based on my experience, please, as I say, observe, interpret, and then construct. Do not copy paste, okay, imitate, or rote memorization. All right, so that's it from my side today. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, with more question probably on the job interviews only, or maybe we can have something else, some more things to share. Okay. So till then, I guess we should say goodbye. All right. So goodbye everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, with some more questions on job interview probably, or maybe something else. Maybe I picked the topic how to think positive. So I'll be having a discussion on this tomorrow, how to think positive. Right, guys? So that's it from my side. Thank you very much.